Jones.
Here.
Board Member Ms. Quist. Here. Superintendent Mr. Knudsen.
Here.
Okay, possible correction and approval of past minutes. Was there any?
None.
Okay, possible agenda reorganization.
We have none.
Okay, agenda item clarifications.
Dr. Leckie, can you please approach and speak to agenda item 6.1? Preschool restructuring plan.
Madam President, members of the board, Mr. Knudsen, I'm going to introduce Ms. Botcher, who has a presentation. She's our Director of ESS, and she can answer any of your questions regarding our preschool restructuring. So I'd like to welcome Ms. Botcher to the podium.
Good evening, Madam President, school board members, superintendency, community, and staff. I do have a PowerPoint. Here we go. So I've been asked to share with you all our restructuring of our early childhood programming. There we go. Utilizing the space at the Building Block Santan Valley location. Okay. So this slide here shows a full continuum of services. The first two you see there, those would be considered special education programming, okay? Then next is a 50-50 inclusion model, which would give typical peers along with students with disabilities the opportunity to be inclusive in an inclusive classroom. And then also a tuition-based community preschool option as well. This would all be housed in one location, which would be a first for us. That's very exciting because having it all on one location rather than having, one classroom at Building Blocks Florence, a classroom at Anthem, a classroom at Santan Valley Building Blocks. We have a hub over at Mountain Vista Academy and also 2 classrooms at Santan Heights. This gives us the opportunity to have it all in one location, which means that all of our learners will have the opportunity to learn about diversity, collaboration, inclusion, and friendship. Additionally, with this, now there would not be a daycare option, but there's also the option of 2 classrooms with the 50-50 inclusion model, and then an additional preschool classroom, AM and PM, up to 16 students per session, that would be tuition-based, that would also be housed on the campus. This would give us also the opportunity to keep that inclusive piece moving forward as we get new friends that come onto the campus. Also, one of the things that's really exciting is that we can have a parent resource center on that campus. The center would be used for parenting classes to help our families link with services. So when a student first becomes identified as a student with a disability, oftentimes there are state agencies that they can have access to, but it's a very cumbersome process. This way we can have a location there for them to be able to link them with services with existing staff. Additionally, we're in the process of looking into a free little library for the community as well. This helps us too. ADE has a district goal for us under the Early Childhood Quality Improvement Plan, and this is where we're linking our early childhood preschool program with an outreach lens for parent involvement. And lastly, our future projections using the center, potentially opening a developmental kindergarten classroom there, working toward an additional DHS licensure at the Mountain Vista site. While using this site, we're also keeping the Mountain Vista site up and running with 2 of our preschool programs, and we want to work to capacity at Mountain Vista as well. Thinking ahead to offering maybe space to Head Start, where we can share resources with the Head Start programming. Potentially the following year, using one of those sites to have an early childhood learning lab for our high school students so they can intern and prep for their careers in early childhood education. And then lastly, looking really at having a preschool program on each of our K-8 campuses where the kindergarten students can just be a part of that campus and stay there and become kindergartners at that campus. Are there any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
So by moving those kiddos over to that campus, it will free up space at Anthem and Santan Heights as well, where, those are our most rapidly growing schools. So that's going to help us with space there as well.
Okay. Any other items for the work study session?
That is it.
Okay, we will go ahead and recess until the 6 o'clock board meeting can start. Motion was made by Ms. Jones, second by myself. Is there any discussion? Please vote. Are y'all struggling? Nothing's coming up?
I got it.
It's slow.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Motion carries 5-0. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, governing board member reports. Mr. Beatty, we'll start with you. Roger, you can go ahead.
Governing board reports? You have any?
Nothing? Okay.
Yeah, nothing, I apologize.
Okay, no problem. Ms. Quist, you can go ahead.
Sure, thank you. I want to thank the principals for submitting their board reports. It was the first opportunity that I have in this role to read them all. And some things that stood out as I was going through, the segue into virtual instruction seemed to be very smooth across the buildings. It was noted in almost all of the board reports. Things like this was a smooth transition, the kids and the teachers really had gotten the hang of it, and I appreciate the feedback. Also, the technology skills that it seems that our kids and our teachers are using are going to benefit them for a long time. At Copper Basin, the principal there really talked about having the virtual skills becoming a regular part of the toolkit for the teachers and the students. The other thing that I was struck by, I heard in many different reports, a shared leadership model as schools are working together, whether it's to make programs better or whatever. I heard words like guiding coalition and the leadership team and shared leadership. And we all know being a principal is a very tough job, and sometimes it can be a lonely job unless you have a strong team. And as you empower them, you're building capacity, and I saw that in several different spaces and places. There were also several different things. Santan Heights talked about the PLC Guiding Coalition that is really remained focused on utilizing formative data to guide and improve instruction, and shared leadership, which I really appreciate too, being a person that's been in the field a long time. Formative assessment is really essential to closing gaps, and the opportunity gaps that exist are here, and seeing that principals are really attentive to and the leadership teams are attentive to closing those gaps is super important. Some of the other things that struck me, they were all very interesting to read. I appreciate the detail as I'm continuing to get to know the district better. The Walker Butte talked about a virtual field trip that they took to the ruins, and it struck me to think, even during the pandemic, we talk about how we're, making lemonade out of lemons, and how we are using even the experience that we're having right now here together. We're finding ways to enrich the experiences for children and what that means for the kids in our district. And so, I really appreciate that too. So thank you. Post and Butte, I just wanted to do another shout out to Post and Butte too. The principal there talked about a 5-day lab that the Biotech 2 kids were doing. It's the first in the history, I guess, of our district. It's called a CRISPR lab. And I read that with fascination, thinking that one of those kids in that classroom, or many of those kids in that classroom are going to be doing just amazing things, right here in our community, and, how far-reaching that those things can have. So congratulations, and thank you again for your detailed reports. I look forward to continue to read them.
Thank you. Ms. Jones?
I didn't have anything specific prepared for this evening, but I did want to express deep gratitude for the welcoming spirit that I've gotten from all of the FUSD members here in the district office, as well as teachers that have greeted me during the most recent board meetings that we've had. And just overall, I've been asked by family, friends who live here in our school district with children in many of the elementary schools as well as high schools. And it's an interesting question to be asked, how's it going? When we think about everything that we're seeing on the news when it comes to school instruction, the reports about being virtual versus being in person, and then I get greeted with, so how's it going being a new school board member? You know, interesting time to step into this arena, and I have to say that it is going really well. I feel like I have been welcomed into the FUSD family. I feel like any question that I have has been met with sincere interest in helping me to catch up to speed with where things have been going, with the forward, hope of building this relationship for the 4 years that I have on the board with everybody. And that says a lot about the effort and the commitment that everybody before me, invested in the work here at FUSD and what I am joining to be a part of moving forward. And I'm just excited to see and hear more from all of the schools as we continue to move forward with this school year. And I'm extremely grateful to have an opportunity to be a part of all of this. So just wanted to express my gratitude and that I'm still hanging in there, considering 2021 has been an interesting start.
Mr. Johnson.
Just grateful that our K-8s were able to go back, and high school kids will soon be joining them, and we're trying to move back to the new level of normal, so continue to move in that direction.
All right. I just want to thank a family or a group at Poston Butte. We recently had a student that was diagnosed with cancer, and he was in the hospital. And Poston Butte, whether it be a club or whoever, because we don't know, it was anonymous, so they, whatever I'm trying to say, you all know what I'm saying, anonymous, sent over a Poston Butte blanket and pillow. So on behalf of the family, they thank you greatly. It brought a very big smile to that young man's face, so thank you to that family. And thank you to the community, the staff, everybody. We have received a lot of emails and a lot of support. We've seen a lot of community members wanting to step up and asking what they can do to help. So I'm very hopeful for the future. When we get to have volunteers back in the schools, I think we're going to have an abundance of help for all of our staff. So thank you to everybody. Mr. Knutson?
Yeah, I'm also thankful that our K-8s are back in and our high schools are right next week. So, this big shout out to Pinell County. Our Pinell County Health Department was able to vaccinate 120 of our staff last Friday and Saturday. And I hear that there's another opening here in town at the library that's going to be coming open as well. So that really helps us to get back to school as normal. If we can get everyone vaccinated, we're very thankful for Pinell County in setting that up for us in FUSD. I think there might be some barbecue served in the near future to the health department from somebody. So, thank you.
All right. Sorry, my computer has decided to, I don't know what. I'll try to go on. Michelle, do we have any calls to the public?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I was kicked off for a second. I had to reboot.
Okay, do I have a motion to adopt the consent agenda?
I'll move to adopt the consent agenda as presented.
I second.
Okay, motion was made by Mr. Johnson, second by Ms. Quist. Is there any discussion? Okay, please vote.
Okay, motion carries 5-0. Okay, there are no new business, so the next item will be any items for future agendas.
We also have awards that we have to do tonight as well,
Oh, is there
too.
in there? I'm sorry,
Yes.
on the superintendent's report. Okay, we'll go back to that. I would love to see the kids' video. Let's go ahead.
So normally we would bring the kids in here and give out our awards. And I wasn't able to get to every school, so let's see how the video turned out. So they can see you?
They can see me, yeah, now.
Hey guys, my name is Mr. Knutson. I'm the superintendent of Florence Unified School District.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
Happy.
Are you guys ready to get back in school on Monday?
Yes.
Yeah, I know you are. For your teacher, Miss Frazier, she is the certified teacher of the month for Florence Unified School District. So I'm here to congratulate her. You have one of the best teachers in the district. Did you know that?
Yay.
Yay! Congratulations. You see that?
Thank you.
Hey, you guys have a good day. Here's mine.
I'm very jealous that you get to go out to the schools because I miss the kids desperately. So that's
Well,
awesome.
we're going to see if we can do a tour here shortly. We also have a teacher spotlight video. Is that correct, Rita?
Yes,
Okay.
Excellence in Education video.
All right, let's go for it.
Hi, I'm Mrs. May, and I'm a fourth grade teacher here at Copper Basin. Come on in. This is my home away from home, where I truly believe amazing things truly happen. This is also where presentations happen, and this is our stage where we stand and we present. And so love is a focus in our classroom, kindness and love, and I try to have that word as large as possible to remind them that here in this classroom environment, they are loved. I earned my bachelor's degree from Ball State University in Muncie, Indiana, and as well as 2 master's degrees from first master's degree was in instruction and curriculum from Indiana Wesleyan University, and I also earned a master's degree from Indiana University in administration. I completed all of my coursework towards my doctorate degree and took a sabbatical when I became a principal for 10 years prior to returning to teaching. This summer, I had the opportunity to grow as a student myself, and I participated in many opportunities put on through the AZ K-12 Center, which is joined with NAU. They have a collaborative effort, and they put on a lot of professional development opportunities across the state of Arizona. And after participating in those trainings throughout the summer, various opportunities for Camp Plug and Play, learning how to utilize technology, especially with everything going virtual, as well as attending their Teacher Leadership Institute, unbeknownst to me, I was called one day to have an interview, and I didn't know what it was for. They just said, hey, we saw you, we may want to work with you this year on something, and I had no clue what it was all about. And then I got the phone call, and it was notified that I was one of 5 teachers out of the entire state of Arizona that was selected to be a Teacher Spotlight. This is my mantra. No challenge, no change. Every scholar, only thing I have to say is no challenge, and they immediately know what to say after that. I asked my supervisor if I can loop up with my students from 3rd to 4th grade. And this was before COVID. And truly, we have leaned on this mantra so much this year and have realized that without challenges, there is no change. And we have been able to utilize resources, different ways to be able to show how this is really something that we hold true. It's not just something we say, but it's something that we live.
Great teachers in Florence Unified
We
School
do. Will
District.
that go on our social media? That was awesome.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely something we want to put out there. That was amazing.
Yes.
Good things, good things. All right, anything else on that? Nope.
That will be it.
Okay, did any board members have any items for future agendas? All right. The next regular board meeting will be held on March 9th, 2021 in the Florence Unified School District Administration Building, 1000 South Main Street, Florence, Arizona. The work study session will begin at 5:30 p.m. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Quist, second by Mr. Beatty. Is there any discussion? Please vote. And motion carries 5-0. Thank you, everybody, and have a great night.